So inside this video, we're going to break down the different models, the different price points, and the different client loads to hitting $10,000 per month in an online fitness business. So we're going to look at the entire maths behind it. And my goal is this helps you really figure out like which approach, which model makes most sense to you. Because at the end of this video, I'm going to break down what my recommendations are based on where someone is at in their online business journey. And I've been helping personal trainers since 2018. And then from 2020, when the gyms closed, I helped trainers transition online and build their online businesses. And I've been helping trainers and fitness coaches and health coaches do that ever since. And I've had multiple clients hit $10,000 per month. And so I know really what it takes and really what goes into building a 10K per month online business. And in this video, we're going to break it down and I'm going to show you the economics and the maths behind it. So let's get into my computer. So here's what we're going to do. We're essentially going to break down the different models, the volume of sales and the price point to actually get to this number over here, which is going to be 10K per month. So we're going to work through the different models, and we've got the low ticket model, the mid ticket monthly reoccurring model, the high ticket model, and the multi-product model. And then at the end, I'm basically going to share my thoughts on what I think is the best model depending on who you are and where you are in your journey. Now, in this video, I'm not going to get into the nuts and bolts of actually building an online coaching business. I did create a video just a few days ago on how to become an online health and fitness coach, the things that you should be considering, the 4 specific things to building an online business. So definitely check that one out after this video. But in this one, we're going to dive into the math, okay, of what it looks like, the economics of getting to this figure over here. So let's just talk about the low ticket model. So the low ticket model is going to be a price point where it's going to be in the $1 to, let's say, $25 range. That's what I would personally class as low ticket. And so let's just say that you've got a program, a low ticket program, a low ticket online offer at $25. You're going to need 500 clients. 500 clients is essentially then going to get you to $10,000. So you're going to need a lot of clients if you want to get to that level. So if you stick with me to the end, I'm going to explain which models are right for certain people in the industry. Then we've got the mid-ticket, monthly reoccurring model. So this is like the next stage up, in my opinion. It's not low ticket, it's not high ticket, it's mid, it's somewhere in the middle. And it's just a monthly reoccurring model, right? You're signing someone up on a subscription or monthly coaching. So this can range anywhere from 150 to, I'm going to say 500. You know, some people would class 500 per month as high ticket, but let's just say it's in the range of 150 to 500. So let's just go on the bottom end, 150. You're essentially going to need 67 clients, like retained and actively paying, in order to hit 10K a month. So probably a little bit more realistic for a lot of people than having 500 clients. Okay. So that's at the 150 price point, 67 people on the mid ticket monthly reoccurring model. Now, if we get into the high ticket model, this is where we're talking in much bigger numbers. So we're talking maybe $2,000 to $10,000, like for a single package. Okay. So if we're selling at that price point, then as you can imagine, we'll need much less clients per month in order to hit that sort of target of reaching 10K per month. So in order to get up to 10K per month, you're going to need 5 new clients at $2,000 every single month signing up. Okay. So far less than this one, but you're going to have to sell at a much higher price point. Then what we have is a multi-product model. And this is where you can have a combination essentially of all 3. So you can have low, mid, and high in combination together. And so I'm basically going to sketch out the maths of what this would look like. You could essentially have a high ticket offer, 2,000 times 4, 8,000. Yeah. And then we've got 2,000 to fill. And so in order to get to 2,000, we would need a combination of some of the mid-ticket people and some of the low-ticket people. So if we look at like $1,000 of that shared over like $150, it's like 6.6 people. So if we come back here, we're essentially going to take this and we're going to go, we'll just put 7 just to round it up. Okay. And then what we're going to need is we're going to need some of these people, right? So if we take $1,000 and share it by 25, we need 40 of those people. So if we take 25 times 40, that's going to equal $1,000. Okay. And that's going to equal $1,000. So you can see with the multi-product model, we've got the high, the mid, and the low, and we combine those all together and it gets us to our objective here of generating $10,000 per month. Now, this should seem pretty straightforward, right? In terms of the breakdowns, the lower the price point, the higher the volume of clients, but obviously the lower the price point, potentially it's a completely different product and service to the higher price point. But let me just share with you my thoughts based on many years of doing this, of helping trainers and coaches transition online and generate these sorts of numbers, because I've had clients hit $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, do $50,000 a month, and even up to $80,000+ per month. And not a lot of those people have hit that top range, of course, because it's only going to be a small percentage of the marketplace and coaches that are able to even achieve that, because it requires a lot of energy, effort, team, advertising, and the right mindset. But like I've done this. I understand how this is possible and for who, at what stage of their business, and what model actually makes sense, because certain models don't make sense for everyone. So let's just discuss those in terms of logical order. So I think the mid-ticket monthly reoccurring model where you're selling for $150, $175, $200 a month is just the best model for beginners, because it's low commitment from the consumer. They just need to commit to a month and then you retain them for a second, third, and fourth month. So it's easy to sell, and it's actually easier to deliver on. And it's also at a price point where you can, if you've got a decent level of clients, just 67, make $10,000 a month. So it's not like you need a huge audience, okay, to generate that. Even to generate 5K a month, you only need, let's say, just over 30 clients. So that's realistic for a lot of beginners with small audiences, don't have a high level of skill, don't really have a lot of sales experience. So in my opinion, that's what I would suggest for someone at the beginning of their journey. Now, in terms of what I'd recommend for a skilled person, someone that's not a beginner, someone that's actually done sales before, someone that's got a solid program, got solid results, got solid case studies, I would say, I should say high ticket. The high ticket model would be a better option for that type of person, because they have the skill set to be able to sell at a higher price point. And so they have to do far less volume in terms of clients in order to make $10,000 per month, and they can just deliver a great and exceptional service for that price point. Again, this is not suited to everyone, but for a very skilled person, this can be a very lucrative and impactful model as well for the consumer, and an easy way to get to 10K per month if the right skill set is there. Okay. Now, the next one is going to be the multi-product model. And this is the one I'd recommend for established online coaches, ideally with a team. Yeah. Because in order to be able to sell like this and this and this, there's a lot of infrastructure involved in that process. It's not simple. I have multiple products, but I have team members, and selling multiple products means creating multiple things, managing multiple things, and you have to have the time, energy, and resources to be able to build, create, and you have to be very strategic in how you're positioning it, because you still also want to be able to sell your other offers, and you don't want to create one offer that distracts from another one. It's just more complicated. So you need to be much more established, more skilled, and ideally with a team in order for this to work effectively. You don't need a team, but I would advise you do. And then finally, we've got the low ticket model up here, right? We haven't discussed this one yet. So who do we think this is for? So let's discuss that. In terms of who I think would be best suited for the low ticket model just on its own, I would say influencers with big followings who don't really want to have a lot of involvement in the coaching process. They want to create an app, a membership site, and they've got hundreds of thousands of followers. They can get a small percentage of those followers to convert and make a good living. Because if we go up to this example here, in order to get like 500 active paying clients, typically you can convert, for like most big influencers, like 1% of their audience. That's as a general rule. So they would need 50,000 followers to convert 1%, which would be 500, to generate 10K per month. But let's just say that, where did that hand come from? Let's just say that like they get 20% churn every single month. They still need to be topping up that audience with new people, topping up this client base with new people and topping up the audience, because 50,000 people is not going to sustain 500 clients per month, because every month maybe 100 churn and leave. So they need to replace the 100 that leave with another 100. So they need to have probably 100,000 followers to account for the churn and the people leaving, and then rebuilding the client base over time. And every business has churn. Like even in this model and this model and this model, there's going to be churn. There's going to be people leaving each month. That's just a natural part of the process and services. But unless you've got like a big audience, I personally would steer away from this one. And most people in the industry are probably going to land here and then eventually progress to this section up here, where you've probably got multiple products in your offering and you can sell multiple things to multiple people.